back to my anime react channel, Gizanime. Today we're going to be watching Sabikui Bisco, episode 4. Last episode we left off with Milo healing Jabi. Although I feel like Jabi might have healed by himself. But then again, Jabi did say without the doctor he would have died. But Jabi, I mean, he recovered really quickly from all those bullet wounds. Like, real fast. Like, Wolverine fast, almost. So, there's probably a bit more to this old guy than meets the eye. Like I said before, I'm really sure that he's somehow suppressing this rust disease and prolonging his life, because I feel like at this point in time, once more, that anyone else who would have had this disease to the degree that he has it now, that they would have probably already passed away. We see that because of his impending demise, though, that, you know, Jabi even says, hey, I'm going to die soon. So, look, I need you to go with Bisco for me, because mushroom hunters apparently travel in pairs. So, without the other one, apparently mushroom hunters just end up dying. So you have to have somebody, I guess, to have your back at all times, more or less. And Jabi knows he can't be there for Bisco forever, so he tells Milo, hey, look, go with him and be his friend and travel with him and keep him safe. So they have left together to basically go find this ultimate mushroom that will literally eat away like all the rust. As they're beginning their adventure, they come across like this really huge hill with like this gigantic gun on it. This huge cannon reminds me of the cannon in Final Fantasy VII. As they're passing this thing, this hill that starts to stand up, and it's like this gigantic crab that's even huger than the one they're riding on. And that's where the episode leaves off. And this episode is called Riding the Crab. So I don't know if they decide to hop on this even bigger thing to get across the land, or what's going to happen. But with that said, let's get into this episode. See what goes on with it. And I'll see you there. Alright, everybody, here we go. Right, it looks like they're going to go back over the hill again, even though they showed it last episode, at the end of last episode, like after the credits. So, I guess that's just in case, I guess people missed it. I'm going to say, just looking at this pair here, they're like quite the polar opposites. You've got Bisco, who's like really just, his head is always in the game, kind of just get the job done, move on to the next job kind of mentality. And Milo is more laid back, relaxed, carefree. Oh yeah, that's what I thought was going to happen. This is way too much for Milo. Like, this is not something this guy's used to. What? What happened to all the spikes? That's what I call living off the land. That's, I guess, one way to do it. They got a lot less time to get this done than I thought they did.
We need to hurry.
I didn't know Paul only had 3 months, too. That's not a lot of time for them to figure out where this thing is, get back, and get it in them quick enough to really allow them to have any kind of time to get better. Unless this medicine, this mushroom makes it like instant. That does sound like a pretty intimidating way to die. Gruesome way. That's a weird looking brother.
I agree with that.
Wow, that makes so much sense.
Yeet.
What? What in the world? Is that his greeting? Looks like a hazing. Hates doctors. How would he instantly know that he's a doctor? I wonder if he's wondering like where Jabi is, since he might have initially thought that Milo was Jabi and then figured out pretty quickly, you know, that's not him. Get off of me, I'm not used to you. Milo's really having a hard time about this crab. This crab definitely, for some reason, just doesn't like him. I wonder if he'll have to walk the whole time. I don't see that happening, though, because, like they said, the iron mice, or whatever it is in this area they're going to, that can just swarm them and eat them. I guess that's why this episode was called Riding the Crab. Are we just going to forget about the thing we saw with the giant cannon on its back all of a sudden? Or are we going back in time before we even see that thing? Okay, yeah, so this episode is basically Milo learning how to ride Actagawa? I'll have to figure out how to pronounce that name. Yeah, I definitely agree. I don't think that the crab likes him very much.
Not even a little bit.
A crab with pride. Huh. That's kind of weird. I mean, I had to agree. He does seem like a pretty stout ally to have with him, especially when traveling. Poison arrows? Mushroom arrows. Uh-oh. Is this our girl?
Well, duh.
I think that's the girl that Bisco keeps running into that was on top of the roof. How is it she got on top of him so quickly and actually rode him, though? When this thing keeps throwing Milo off, why doesn't it just throw her off? That's weird. Is it just because she wasn't a doctor? I think Milo might be a little naive to just instantly trust someone he doesn't even know to show him how to ride the crab.
Sit down.
I think it's a lot more interesting than the fact that he talked to the crab. I mean, he literally got it to calm down. Okay, so we are heading back to this part. So I'm glad we didn't leave that open-ended, because that seems kind of weird. But he was able to heal the crab, apply medicine, even though the crab is apparently distrustful of doctors. Yeah.
What is happening?
She choking? Whoa, whoa, that's a little forward there, Milo.
What the hell was that?
What the flying?
What the fuck?
Fuck is that? Oh, wow. So, everybody in the military has these eggs in them. They keep taking the medicine, the eggs won't hatch. But if they stop, the eggs hatch and it just kills them? Like this gigantic slug worm just eats them alive from the inside? I wouldn't call that a kiss. A what? That flat body of yours. Bisco about to kill her. What'd you say? I mean, he is a doctor. He's kind of against his code of ethics, you know, so there is that. Wow. Look at this condescending little prick here talking crap after they saved her life.
Ungrateful little yuppie larva.
Or at least Milo saved her life. Man, that little candy bar isn't going to do anything for his stomach. That'll just make his stomach mad for more food. I guess Bisco isn't used to eating candy. Something's obviously going to be down there. And she just woke it up. Or she's going to cause a fire. Okay, this isn't quite how we remember our last episode ending off, but okay. I guess it's better than nothing. Oh, so it's not going to start a fire. That's what woke the thing. That thing is gigantic.
That's what she said.
I call it a huge hill, but it's closing in on mountain level, actually. Wow, that crab can get some serious air.
Ew!
Right in its brain, huh? All that gooey, mushy, red brain matter just all stirred up now. So what happens? Is this thing dead now? Just standing there? What? So did it just fire off one last salvo because it's pissed off? Yeah, I get the feeling that it's dead. It just somehow, I guess, managed to fire off one last shot and destroy their path to the area that they needed to get to. I just wanted to do a little announcement that I am going to be doing a figure giveaway at 500 subscribers for a Super Masters Diorama 2 Trunks and Vegeta figure.
It's over 9,000! You enjoy it.
As a show of appreciation for the support that everybody's been giving me, all the comments everybody's been leaving, all the love from the anime community that I've been shown. I'm hoping to continue with what I'm doing and just to get better as I go to make the experience more enjoyable for everybody so that I can earn that sub from you. And like I said, at 500 subscribers, I will be doing a giveaway for this figure. It is unopened, as you can see. So if you want to win that, then subscribe and just make sure that you're over 18 years of age and you live within the US. Because I don't know if I could afford the shipping outside. Like I said though, with that said, I appreciate all the support I've been given. Thank you very much. I will see you all next time. Well, talk about ungrateful. They save her life and she steals from them. She did take the money. But I guess she left a whole bunch of food, which is something, I guess. Well, his fingers are all banged up. I guess that's from trying to learn to read the crab, or learn to ride the crab. I guess they've already been through all the food. All that food they had, and they've already eaten it all. I wonder how long it's been. No, that's red. That's not green. This kid's like hauling ass. Not fast enough though. Wow. Children of the Corn much? Alright everybody, and that was the episode. So, it went a little the way I thought it would, and then again it didn't go anywhere near the way I thought it would. So, we start off the episode with Milo and Bisco walking, I guess they said west, which is the opposite direction they need to be going from what I gathered from what Milo was talking about. And the whole reason they're going this way is because they need to find Actagawa, the gigantic crab that Bisco and Jabi were riding on. That's essentially like a tank. This thing can take all kinds of damage. It can travel pretty far without, wearing out. And it's able to help them to walk over like rough terrain and these creatures apparently that could eat them to their bone like piranhas in a pretty quick fashion. So they get to it and this thing immediately starts yeeting Milo off of its back every time he tries to get back on top of it. So the whole point of this episode is for them two to form some kind of connection so that he will stop throwing him off his back. So Milo essentially needs to learn to ride Actagawa without upsetting him. During this time, they run into Tirol, the little girl with the pink hair that was part of the military. And she tries to essentially take Actagawa at first, which to me was kind of weird because Milo was unable to really get anywhere with him rather quickly, and this girl just jumps right on and starts riding him like a professional, like they've been best friends for quite some time. So after that, Bisco flings her off of Actagawa again, and we see her again when they get back to this temple that they decide to go into that the gigantic crab is a part of. And she's choking, and we find out she's choking on like this gigantic larva type worm thing that the governor put in her. Yeah, Milo essentially saves her life. She offers to sell them some food. She realizes that like this oil or this gas she has with her is useless and it's old, so she decides to throw it out. And this substance, when she throws it down like this hole, ends up on this gigantic crab, waking him up, pissing him off, and they end up having to figure out how to kill him because now he's running after Actagawa while Milo is on top of him. So long story short, they end up beating it, and she ends up dipping, taking their money, but leaving some food with them. So I don't know if she's like good or if she's like chaotic good or something of that nature, because the girl has definite issues. She's upset because Bisco is so strong she can't stop him and turn him in for the ransom that I guess is on his head. And she's a little irate about that. And at the end of the episode, as they're going along, they run into some kids that are basically hiding out in like I guess this big building or this little area with all these buildings in it as their like little place of solitude, more or less. But with that said, let me know what you all thought of this episode. It was kind of lighthearted and not really a lot happened. And I'll see you all next time.